This is Bonditunes International.
Hello there, this is Henry in Australia. How you doing? In this show, I tracked down Canadian correspondent Ronan Seagrave, who is in New Zealand in a car heading from the south to the North Island, and we discuss the earthquake in Christchurch, where there's a debate as to whether they should rebuild the original cathedral or just knock it down and build a new one. Dawn Drost is our North America correspondent, and from Orlando, Florida, she tells me about the very open laws about buying and using your own fireworks in Florida for July 4th celebrations. Yes, you can do that in Florida. Entertainment reporter Rachel Brunston calls in from Melbourne and is very candid about having bipolar and had a recent episode of the condition. Mental health issues are still a taboo subject in our world, and Rachel has been fantastic in both talking to us and also succeeding in controlling her life with this condition. She is a classic example of success and a great person to listen to on the radio if you are concerned about your mental health. And this.
Well, the Drifters, you must know, is a 65-year-old organization. Began back in 1953. With Clyde McFadder, Gay Hart, and Andrew Thrasher, and Bill Pickney. Now that was the classic. That was the classic group, and the first song was "Money Honey," which was the first big hit that the Drifters had at that time.
Our UK correspondent Ling Pang reports in, and this week she interviews Butch Leek from the historically famous band The Drifters. Butch was one of the original members of The Drifters. They sold 240 million singles in their time. Dublin correspondent Declan Hughes joins me from the Emerald Isle to discuss the origins of the Gaelic or Irish language. The language is not quite dead, and in fact, young Irish people are passionate about keeping it alive. This is Bonditunes International.
From Australia, this is Bonditunes.
Henry O'Donovan. Ronan Seagrave. Reports from Vancouver, Canada.
For Bonditunes International.
This is Bonditunes International, broadcasting from Australia and around the world, and I'm joined by our Canadian correspondent, Ronan Seagrave. And Ronan is currently in New Zealand in a car going from the South Island, I guess, to the North Island. Is that right?
I am, Henry. Good evening, everybody. Yes, we're heading to Picton, Port of Picton, on the South Island of New Zealand, heading to get a ferry